ra ìwé ìpè tàbí dátà láti $100 sí $1000 lóṣooṣù lọ́sẹ̀ẹsẹ̀ àbí lójoojúmọ́. Wàá ní àǹfààní àti jẹ ẹ̀bùn ọkọ̀ tuntun ayọ́kẹ́lẹ́ kan pẹ̀lú àwọn ẹ̀bùn tó kẹ́ màmá.
Má kàn rẹpẹtẹ kó lọ́nà gẹ̀rẹ̀.
Testa 611# nígbà yìí láti darapọ̀ kó o dẹ̀ máa jẹ lọ. Ìfilọ́lẹ̀ yìí ń bẹ láti oṣù kẹwàá ọdún 2022 títí di oṣù kìíní ọdún 2023. Àdéhùn àti àsọtẹ́lẹ̀ ó ń bẹ o.
Unlimited.
OSBC Radio 104.5 FM, Voice of the West. Don't touch the dial.
You are listening to OSBC Radio 104.5 FM, Oshobo, Voice of the West Nigeria. So time is 7:30. Time to join us for headlines. The rally for Atiku may be way forward for G5 with many riders.
National Assembly candidate in attendance, Makinde receives praises for support, mobilization, party leaders campaign for him.
Ladoja Adeojo acknowledged for roles played.
APC has failed to implement all it committed to do since 2015, Atiku.
And now you say no single person or group can control PDP. It is a people's party.
Atiku only prepared presidential candidate. Tambua.
Atiku Okowa campaign council hails Oyo rally unity.
3 injured as explosion rocks APC rally in Parakot.
And court remands Sharia judges, 12 others for alleged 500 million naira theft.
Fuel scarcity. Private depot says petrol to independent marketers at 250 naira per litre, Ipman chairman.
And NJC condemns the non-payment of state judges' gratuities.
Old naira note. CBN insists on January 31 deadline, says Hawking selling of new note criminal, warns banks against dispensing old notes. Emefiele visits Buhari.
Lagos workers get 4 work-free days for PVC's connection.
And talking sport, Ronaldo net 2, Messi 1 as PSG win 9-goal thriller.
And still on sports, NPFL 3SC Kwara United end its goalless. These and many more at the other side of the belt. A beautiful morning to you this Friday, the 20th day in the month of January, year 2023. And I welcome you to today's edition of Headlines, coming to you from the stables of OSBC Radio 104.5 FM, Oshobo, Voice of the West Nigeria. I am yours sincerely, Olushayo Babatunde. With me on the program this morning is
Adeyemi Aboderi. In what appeared a scenario that may play out in Rivers, Enugu, Benue and Abia State, candidates of the People's Democratic Party in Oyo for the general elections were present at the presidential rally of the party held in Ibadan, the state capital, on Thursday. The development comes against the backdrop of the battle of wits between the PDP governors of the 5 states and the national leadership of the party over common principle on elective offices, though Governor Seyi Makinde was not among the chieftains of the party that attended the rally held at Mokpo Hall, the ancient city, witnessed a large number of close associates and loyalists of the governor. The G5 governors have said they will unveil their private choice for the February 25 presidential election if the party does not look into the demand that PDP national chairman Senator Iyorchia Ayu should vacate office for the South to produce his replacement. Headline gathered that the governor of Delta State, who doubles as the vice presidential candidate of the party, Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa, and Governor Doyediri of Bayelsa had, on the eve of Thursday's rally, met with the former governor of Oyo State, Alhaji Rashidi Ladoja, to tighten loose ends that culminated in the unified rally. Presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, on Thursday said the All Progressive Congress-led government has failed to implement all these commitment promises to Nigerians since 2015, hence should be completely voted out of in the 2023 poll.
And in his remarks at the rally, the PDP National Chairman, Senator Iyorchia Ayu, promised that our PDP government at the federal level will ensure improvements of the quality of life of Nigerians. Specifically, he said our PDP government will focus on improvement of road infrastructure, education, economy, describing as irresponsibility on the part of government the fact that a strike by the Academic Staff Union of Universities has been prolonged for a year. He tasked Nigerians to vote the PDP across all levels, asserting that the APC will be kicked out of existence in Nigeria. And according to him, he said the National Working Committee (NWC) under his leadership had returned the PDP to its origin and to the ownership of the ordinary people, stressing that no single person or group of people can control the PDP.
And the Director General of the PDP Presidential Campaign Council and Governor of Sokoto State, Aminu Tambuwa, told the party supporters the party faces a tough competition in the Southwest, but expressed confidence that PDP will win the election in the region. He praised Governor Makinde for allowing party members to participate in the campaign rally, stressing the important position of the Southwest in the country. Tambuwa said all he knows is that the position of Oyo State in Nigerian politics is unquestionable. Oyo has been and remained the melting pot of the southwestern politics of Nigeria, and we are therefore not surprised with what we are seeing playing out here in the states.
The leader of the G5 governors of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, Samuel Otom of Benue State, has stated that members would vote for presidential candidates of their choice if reconciliation with PDP fails. Speaking in an interview with Brisbane in Makurdi, he maintained the window for reconciliation had not closed as efforts are on to reconcile. The Benue State governor also insisted that the G5 is not in a dilemma over the choice of presidential candidates in the coming election, noting that if the national leadership of the party fails to bring the group back on board, the aggrieved state chief executives will align with presidential candidates they like at the coming election. Otom hinted that even if the problem with the G5 is resolved, he has personal problem with the PDP presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar, who he accused of abandoning the people of Benue State when they were under the siege of armed Fulani herdsmen. He said he can see what is happening as his colleagues in G5 are all PDP members and most of them are contesting the election except for the chairman, Governor Wike. Said the leader, he has a chairman who is not contesting the election but is very passionate about all other issues.
Ondo State Governor Rotimi Akeredolu on Thursday led the meeting of the All Progressive Congress Presidential Campaign Council at the Southwest Campaign Office, Akure, the state capital. Akeredolu, who doubles as the coordinator of the Presidential Campaign Council in the Southwest, was joined by the former governor of Ekiti State, Dr. Kayode Fayemi, among other big wigs. The meeting, in a communique issued and signed by Akeredolu and the Southwest Vice Chairman of the APC, who is also the Deputy Coordinator, Honorable Isaac Kekemeke, the council decried poor collection of permanent voters' cards in the zone and announced the immediate launch of Operation Collect Your PVCs across all states in the Southwest. The council also enjoined the governors of all APC-controlled states to declare Tuesday, 24th of this month, a work-free day to head the collection of permanent voter cards.
And the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, has said that stiffer penalty will be meted on any commercial bank which fails to load their automated teller machine ATM with the new redesigned notes, just as the Apex Bank insisted on a January 31 deadline to phase out old Naira notes. Stating these was the branch controller of the Apex Bank in Ogun State, Alhaji Wahab Hussaini, during a sensitization program organized for the public, especially market men and women, at the popular Lafenwa market in Abeokuta, the Ogun State capital. Hussaini noted that more cash had been supplied to its branches so as to make sufficient cash available to the commercial banks. He explained that all the banks were given a deadline of January 31 to dispense the old Naira notes. Hussaini urged the public to embrace the cashless policy by transacting businesses through other alternatives than going about with large sums of money. He warned against rejection of the old notes as the deadline remains January 31, saying that all banks will be open for businesses, especially depositing of the old notes. And this is going to be our talking point this morning. Sanctioned by CBN on banks loading ATMs with old Naira notes. What is your take on this? We shall return after this time out.
Always a leader. Thinking of where to get qualitative education for your child? Think of Global Leaders Academy. Our creche, nursery, primary and secondary schools are established in tandem with global standards with qualified and experienced teachers. At Global Leaders Academy, we have state-of-the-art facilities such as comfortable hostel accommodation with maximum security, well-equipped science laboratory, school buses, adequately furnished library and many more. Oh yes, worship centers are available to accommodate each student's preferred religion. We also take our students for excursion on a regular basis. These and many more reasons are why Global Leaders Academy has been a choice school for parents who desire qualitative education for their children. Visit us today at Global Leaders Academy, located at Plot 1AMB, Oroki Estate, Lameko Junction, Oshobo, or call 0815-928-0037. At Global Leaders Academy, we are not led, we lead, and always a leader.
3 Kano Sharia Court judges and 12 other judicial workers have been ordered to be remanded in a correctional center over an alleged theft of about 500 million naira. They were ordered to be remanded in prison custody by the Kano Chief Magistrate Court, Giadi Division, presided over by Magistrate Mustafa Dati. The 15 accused persons are standing trial before Chief Magistrate Mustafa Sahad Dati on 4-count charges including criminal conspiracy, joint act, criminal breach of trust by the public service, and theft. And the line is now open for your comment on the subject under discourse. The threat by the CBN to sanction banks who fail to load their ATM with a new Naira note, and insisting that there is no shift in the January 31 deadline for the old note.
Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. You're welcome to Headlines. You're welcome.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you, sir.
Honestly speaking, that topic, Dr. Akibwe's is contributing from the Republic.
Thank you.
Honestly speaking, I don't know how this, that the 1st of January deadline will materialize. Up till now, but they are still paying money with old notes. We are still having the old notes all about, even at POM centers.
Yeah.
So how do they want to do it? I don't know. I mean, by now, we're supposed to have been, the new notes are supposed to have been flowing. But the new notes are not flowing at all. See what people are saying. They found what they put out there city. But the ram sharp 500 naira notes, many notes. It's unfortunate. So I don't know. The standard they are giving us, let us pay out that passport. Let us sanction the past. They did not pay out the old notes again. So that is fun. Good morning.
Thank you. Good morning. Hello. Good morning.
Professor Leakunda from Elari.
Thank you for calling.
I doubt if this matter can come into reality. Because if you go to various other places, POS, they always give all notes out. How can that be possible? And we are just speaking with the central bank to consider the poor masses. So God bless you.
Amen. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Arno Olawiye from the Jodo Center.
Thank you for calling.
We don't know who is lying. The central banks are saying that the money is at hand.
Yeah.
While the commercial banks are saying they don't have enough money at hand. Who is lying? Let the central bank and the commercial bank stop deceiving Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Good morning to you out there.
Today I feel like calling from
You're welcome.
seriously, I don't know how the effect of this month's deadline was a very, very fatalistic thing. Because right now, we don't have a new notes at hand. But it's using our old notes. And this is not helpful. If that will not be an empty case, the central bank will go on and sanction the banks that are still using our old notes. Otherwise, they should accept it in order to bring tension in our society.
Thank you very much. The central bank had already said that they will be penalized. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Okay. Hello, good morning.
The National Judicial Council has condemned a situation whereby many judicial officers of the state are being owed retirement benefits, including severance pay, gratuity, and pensions. A statement by the Director of Information of the NJC, Mr. Soji Oye, at the end of the 100th meeting of the NJC head on Thursday, said the council condemned the act, which it noted is undermining the rule of law and Section 6 of the Constitution.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Good morning.
You're welcome to Headlines.
Very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Which of grant court creating the noise of said deadline depending on who. I don't think it must be because the main note is not interpolation. The main note is not interpolation. It is not subjecting the masses Nigerian people to that street. So I will advise the federal government and the central bank to take a second look on this. And I think the young people, even the people are not there, it's difficult to identify the new consider they use the color of 10 naira for the China. People are making it, they are making it big. They are making it. So I will advise the federal government to have a difficult thing about it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Well, in reaction to the fuel scarcity which has been witnessed around the country for quite some time now, the chairman of the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, IPMAN, covering Oyo, Osun State and Environment, Alhaji Bukola Motiwa, said that members of the association are not responsible for the scarcity.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, brother.
Good morning to you there. Thank you for calling. Thank you for calling.
White House penalty. And again, the withdrawal image and timing is not appropriate. It's a problem. We don't need to know. Honestly, that can never materialize.
Good morning.
Motiwa, speaking with the headline in his office on Thursday, said independent petroleum marketers are facing series of challenges as regards getting petrol to sell, part of which he said is the non-availability of the product directly from the NMP.
Hello, good morning. Good morning, sir. Thank you.
I have two questions. One, is to prevent natural stagnation for the populace of this country. Two, how do we consider the Soviet, the radical, and then how recording results?
Thank you very much. Well, we may not be able to take more calls, but if we have calls, we can accommodate one more before we go to back to the headlines. So yeah.
And Minister of Police Affairs, Alhaji Mohammed Dangiadi, has said the appointment of Mr. Usman Baba as the Inspector General of Police is for a single tenure of 4 years. A statement by the Press Secretary to the Minister, Mr. Osai Boyo Eseme, on Thursday in Abuja said the clarification followed reports in some sections of the media over tenure extension for the IGP.
I'm talking about some crime stories. Operatives of the Bayelsa State Police Command have arrested a notorious armed robbery suspect who specialized in operating with a dummy pistol and while clad in military uniform. The suspect operated at Agudama community in Yenagoa local government area of the state, and the state police populations officer, as named Broswat, said the suspect, Kaiser Sonny Rethel, was arrested following a complaint by a victim who was dropped a hand mobile phone at gunpoint at Agudama community on the 17th of January at about 5:45 p.m. He said in a statement that upon a search of the suspect's house, the police recovered one dummy pistol, a pistol holster, a handcuff, a Navy, Army, and Air Force face caps.
And the magistrate court sitting in Akure, Ondo State capital, has ordered the remand of a 60-year-old man, Samuel Badamasi, of Olukuta Correctional Facility for allegedly defiling a 16-year-old girl. The accused was said to have committed the offense on January 4th at the new site of Obashi Kola Street, Owo, in Owo local government area of the state, when the girl visited his residence.
And 3 suspected members of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, and its affiliates, the Eastern Security Network, ESN, have been killed by operatives of the Imo State Police Command. The suspects were killed after they attempted to burn a police station at Agwa community in Oguta local government area of the state. The hoodlums were earlier attacked. They had earlier attacked the Agwa Central Vigilante Group in the area before moving to the police station. The State Police Populations Officer, PPRO CSP Michael Alberton, in a statement in Owerri, said after being informed that the gunmen had condoned off the station, police operatives tactically maneuvered their way to the station and supported operatives of the division to engage the hoodlums in a gun duel. He said in the process, 3 hoodlums were shot dead, while others escaped with gunshot wounds. The police spokesperson said the hoodlums abandoned 3 of their operational vehicles when they could no longer withstand the superior firepower of the police operatives. He said the operatives in combat the bush recovered 2 pump-action guns, 2 double-barrel guns, 24 rounds of live ammunition, 12 expended cartridges, 1 improvised explosive device IED, 3 operational vehicles, a green-colored Lexus 470GL, a black-colored Toyota Highlander, an ox-blood-colored minibus, 2 motorcycles, 1 iron box, 1 traveling bag, assorted chunks, among others.
And talking sport, Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi both scored as PSG beat the Riyadh season team 5-4 at the King Fahd International Stadium Thursday evening. Ronaldo scored twice in his first game since signing for Saudi Pro League side Al Nassr following his departure from Manchester United. Messi, back with PSG after winning the World Cup with Argentina, got the first goal of the game before Ronaldo equalized for the Saudi select team, made up of players from Al Nassr and Riyadh rivals Al Hilal, with a well-struck penalty. During a frantic end to the first half, PSG defender John Bennett was sent off. Marquinhos put the French champions 2-1 up. Neymar missed a penalty and Ronaldo scored his second of the evening after his header had rebounded off the post.
And players of Shooting Stars Sports Club 3SC on Thursday left many of their fans at the Lake of Salami Stadium in Ibadan in sad mood as they settled for a goalless draw with Kwara United in a match day 2 2023 Nigeria Professional Football League season's picture. It will recall that the Oluyole Warriors at last Sunday in Jos played a 3-3 draw with Plateau United in the season's opener. The Benga Ogunbote side maintained the squad that played in Jos, but it was a day they failed to impress their faithful who had anticipated a win to stabilize on this table.
And finally from new mixed martial arts superstar Francis Ngannou is having big boxing bout with British superstars Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua following his shock UFC exit. UFC President Dan White announced on Saturday that the Predator had been stripped of his undisputed heavyweight title released by the UFC and is now free to pursue other opportunities. And on this note, we say bye on this morning edition of Headlines from 104.5 FM. Ilea Uyoke Bale Oshobo, the voice of the West. It has been the door of Adeyemi Aboderi and
Olusha Baba, today is my name. I want to advise that you drop your deposit, your old notes in the bank before the January 21 deadline by CBN.
Now saying good morning to you listeners at home.
Good morning.
Entertaining, it's educating, really informating, quantitative news as it breaks. It's OSBC Radio 2, 104.5 FM. Women up on the salt of the Sahara, voice of the West.
Please listen to this public service announcement. It has come to the attention of OSBC management that some persons have encroached on the undeveloped piece of land that belongs to the corporation along Ibokun Road, Okebale, Oshobo. Members of the public are hereby notified that the OSBC has not commissioned anyone to allocate or dispose of the land in any form. The government of Osun State has custody of the land through acquisition and documented appropriately. Anyone caught encroaching or trespassing on the said land will be prosecuted. Announcer OSBC management.
Ẹ tẹ́tí sí ìkéde pàtàkì yìí ó ti dé sí etí ìgbọ́ àwọn aláṣẹ iléeṣẹ́ ìgbóhùnsáfẹ́fẹ́ OSBC wípé àwọn èèyàn kan tí ń wọ orí ilẹ̀ iléeṣẹ́ wa tí a kò tí ì kọ́lé lé lórí lólú iléeṣẹ́ wa òpópónà Ìbòkun Òkèbálẹ̀ Òṣogbo. À ń fi àsìkò yìí kéde sí etí ìgbọ́ gbogbo ẹ̀yin aráàlú wípé iléeṣẹ́ OSBC kò rán tàbí fún ẹnikẹ́ni láṣẹ láti pín tà tàbí ṣe ohunkóhun lórí ilẹ̀ wọ̀nyí. Ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun ni ó ní àṣẹ ilẹ̀ náà, àwọn ló sì ní ìwé ẹ̀rí tí ó fìdí rẹ̀ múlẹ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ bí dúkìá ìjọba. Ẹnikẹ́ni tí ọwọ́ bá tẹ̀ lórí ilẹ̀ iléeṣẹ́ OSBC òpópónà Ìbòkun Òkèbálẹ̀ Òṣogbo yóò fi mú kàtà òfin. Olùkéde àwọn aláṣẹ iléeṣẹ́ OSBC Òkèbálẹ̀ Òṣogbo.
You're listening to the for the 5 neighborhood.
Just like water, we are the indispensable component.
Everybody make gonna listen to the show. We play you reggae music at this place and do your soul. It's a the selector. We know play reggae music. We know reggae time.
Good morning, the state news. To mark 100 days in office of Governor Ademola Adeleke, his administration will address the rehabilitation of 9 major roads, one per federal constituency, which is targeted at reducing the high infrastructure deficit facing the state. This is contained in a release by the spokesperson to the governor, Mr. Rashid Olawale. According to the release, Governor Adeleke is also implementing an ongoing ICT tech innovations program, which includes the making of 4-state ICT policy, 4-state innovation policy, domestication of Nigeria Startup Act, and Google mapping of the state. Also, provision of potable water in 332 towns and villages, one in each of the 332 wards on the state, as the implementation has already started in Osogbo, Ifelodo, and other local governments of the state. Commenting on the progress of work across the 6 identified areas, Governor Adeleke hinted that the projects were selected on the basis of the direct positive impact on the masses of the state. According to the governor, all local governments that have not submitted their selected location for each of the above projects are hereby directed immediately to do so. This is to meet the deadline set up for the project implementation. A politician has suggested that fuel subsidy removal will allow free, competitive and effective market among marketers in Nigeria. Mr. Moshood Yakub disclosed this while featuring on OSBC Weekly Personality Program platform. Mr. Yakub stressed that despite the approved fuel price, it is not available in the market. While speaking on the Adeleke administration, he maintained that it would give room for local government to work efficiently and the people at the grassroots will enjoy the dividend of democracy. He stressed that Senator Adeleke will give adequate support and power to boost the morale of the Amotekun Corps in the state in order to curb the incessant kidnapping issues and other social vices. Christians have been admonished to be bearers of the light of God in every aspect of their lives, as well as in their dealings with one another. A cleric, Pastor Isaac Olatono of Obadiah's Outreach, gave the admonition during his sermon at a New Year prayer service organized by the OSBC Christian community. The special New Year service was centered on the need for the light of God to be seen in everything that pertains to Christians in the corporation. Speaking at a special service, the Director General of OSBC, Mr. Rashid Folarami, who was represented by the Director News and Current Affairs Radio, Mrs. Abimbola Babatunde, advised the staff to continue to be of good conduct in their service to God and the corporation. That was the state news. Good morning.
láti sàmì ọgọ́rùn-ún ọjọ́ lórí àlééfà fún ìjọba tuntun tó wà lóde ní ìpínlẹ̀ yìí ní yóò mú kí gómìnà Adémọ́lá Adélékè òṣìṣẹ́ lójú àtúnṣe àwọn òpópónà pàtàkì mẹ́sàn-án kan tó jẹ́ ìkọ̀ọ̀kan lẹ́kùndìbò kọ̀ọ̀kan yíká ẹkùndìbò àpapọ̀ mẹ́sẹ̀sán tó ń bẹ ní ìpínlẹ̀ yìí. Àtẹ̀jáde kan tí agbẹnusọ fún gómìnà Adélékè ọ̀gbẹ́ni Rasheed Ọláwálé fi síta lọ́rọ̀ yìí ti jẹyọ wípé gómìnà Adélékè kò sí yípadà lórí ètò ìjọba nípa ètò àgbéǹde ìmọ̀ ẹ̀rọ àti àgbéyọ ohun ọ̀tun wípé èyí jẹ́ gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìṣèjẹ́ ara àwọn ìlànà àti ìdàgbàsókè fi lè dé bá ìpínlẹ̀ yìí. Bákan náà ìjọba tuntun tó wà lóde báyìí tún ṣètò ìpèsè omi ẹ̀rọ sáwọn abúlé ìletò ìgbèríko àtàwọn ìlú tí ó jẹ́ ìkọ̀ọ̀kan ní wọ́ọ̀dù kọ̀ọ̀kan jákèjádò gbogbo òjìlélọ́ọ̀ọ́dúnrún-dín-mẹ́jọ àpapọ̀ wọ́ọ̀dù tó ń bẹ yíká ìpínlẹ̀ yìí, eléyìí tí àdáwọlé rẹ̀ sì ti gbéra sọ láti ìlú Òṣogbo, Ìkìrun àtàwọn ìjọba ìbílẹ̀ míì yíká ìpínlẹ̀ yìí. Iná tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ lórí ibi tíṣẹ́ dé lára àwọn agbègbè mẹ́fẹ̀ẹ̀fà tíjọba ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ àwọn àkànṣe iṣẹ́. Gómìnà Adélékè sọ pé wọ́n máa ṣe àṣàyàn àwọn agbègbè mẹ́fẹ̀ẹ̀fà òní látàrí bó ṣe ní pàtó lórí àwọn èèyàn ìpínlẹ̀ yìí. Lákòótán gómìnà sọ pé àwọn ìjọba ìbílẹ̀ gbogbo tí kò bá ti fi agbègbè tí wọ́n ti nílò ìdásí ìjọba sọwọ́ kó tètè ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ kódà ìjọba lè dọ́dọ̀ wọn náà káyẹ ìsàmì ọgọ́rùn-ún ọjọ́ ìṣàkóso rẹ̀ lọ́fíìsì tó wáyé. Ìkàkà nínú òṣèlú ti sọ pé yíyọ owó ìrànwọ́ pátápátá lórí epo yóò fáwọn elépo láàyè láti lè tà ní iye tó wù wọ́n jákèjádò orílẹ̀-èdè yìí. ọ̀gbẹ́ni Mashood Yakub ló wòye ọ̀rọ̀ yìí lásìkò tó ń kópa lórí ètò ọ̀rọ̀ tó ń lọ lọ́sẹ̀ iléeṣẹ́ ìtamọ̀ sí platform. Ibẹ̀ ló ti wí pé láì fi ti bíjọba ṣe ń kéde iye owó títa epo sí síbẹ̀ kò sí àdọ́gba nínú owó tí ilé epo kọ̀ọ̀kan ń ta epo náà àti pé ṣe lè pọ̀ tún di dídèsùn bí ẹni dèsùn omi lẹ́yìn. Nígbà tó sọ̀rọ̀ lórí ètò ìṣàkóso gómìnà Adémọ́lá Adélékè nípìnlẹ̀ yìí, ọ̀gbẹ́ni Yakub sọ pé ìṣàkóso tuntun tó wà lóde nípìnlẹ̀ yìí yóò ṣí ilẹ̀kùn fún òmìnira àwọn ìjọba ìbílẹ̀ láti ṣiṣẹ́ dáadáa gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìpele ìjọba tó súnmọ́ àwọn èèyàn ẹsẹ̀ kúkú jùlọ. Wípé gómìnà Adélékè yóò tún máa ṣètò ìrànwọ́ fún àwọn ikọ̀ àmọ̀tẹ́kùn tó jẹ́ ikọ̀ elétò ààbò lóòrèkóòrè kí wọ́n lè kápá pípọ̀ ìwà jàǹdùkú, ìkọlù, ìjínigbé àtàwọn ìṣesí láabi míì ní tilé toko ìpínlẹ̀ yìí. Ìránṣẹ́ Ọlọ́run kan olùṣọ́àgùtàn Isaac Ọlátọ̀nà ti rọ àwọn ọmọlẹ́yìn Kristi láti jẹ́ asọ́nà fún Ọlọ́run nínú gbogbo ìdáwọ́lé wọn àti ìbáṣepọ̀ wọn pẹ̀lú ọmọlàkejì. Olùṣọ́àgùtàn Ọlátọ̀nà láti inú ìjọ Ọ̀bàdáyà ló tàkòtò ìmọ̀ràn náà nínú ìwàásù rẹ̀ níbi àkànṣe àdúrà ọdún tuntun eléyìí tí ọmọlẹ́yìn Kristi ẹ̀ka ti iléeṣẹ́ ìgbékalẹ̀. Àkànṣe àdúrà ọdún tuntun ló dá lórí bí ìtànṣán ìmọ́lẹ̀ Ọlọ́run nípa ìwà rere ṣe lè tàn jáléjáko pàtàkì jùlọ láàrin àwọn ọmọlẹ́yìn Kristi nílé iṣẹ́ yìí. Nínú ọ̀rọ̀ rẹ̀ níbi ètò náà ní olùdarí àgbà fún iléeṣẹ́ OSBC ọ̀gbẹ́ni Rasheed Fọláhànmí, ẹni tí olùdarí lẹ́ka ètò ìròyìn àti ọ̀rọ̀ tó ń lọ ní ẹ̀ka rédíò iléeṣẹ́ arábìnrin Abímbọ́lá Babátúndé sojú fún ti rọ àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ iléeṣẹ́ yìí lápapọ̀ láti máa fi ìbẹ̀rù Ọlọ́run ṣiṣẹ́ wọn torí pé ìbẹ̀rù Ọlọ́run báyìí ni ìpilẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ọgbọ́n. Èyí òpin ìròyìn ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun mú kí ẹ kú ojúmọ́.
Ẹ̀rọ ọgọ́rùn kan tó ń pèsè iná. Ẹ̀rọ ìrọ̀ṣọ́ ọgọ́rùn méjì. Ẹ̀rọ afẹ́fẹ́gùn tó ń gbẹnu sára ẹgbẹ̀rún kan. Àtàwọn ẹgbẹ̀rún lọ́nà ẹgbẹ̀rún ẹ̀bùn tó ká màmá. Ṣé àti tẹ *611# láti darapọ̀ mọ́ wọn kó o sì jẹ́ nínú ìfilọ́lẹ̀ Glow Festival of Joy. Ra dátà tí ó tó ẹgbẹ̀rún lọ́nà ọgọ́rùn-ún náírà lásìkò